this is just a really quick video, and it's based all around controlled crying, my opinions on it, how we've tackled sleeping at night with Daisy, who's now, well, she'll be 2 next week. And I should say, these are my opinions. These aren't what I suggest other people do. They aren't what I think other people should be doing. Parenting is completely up to you. Everybody does it differently. We all have different opinions. We all do things that will suit our own families and our own needs and our own lifestyle choices. So don't judge me on this. I never judge anybody else. I'm always really interested in hearing how they tackle these things, but for me, this is just my story, how I did it, or didn't do it. Yeah, so let's get started. So Daisy, from very early days, from just a few weeks old, always did quite well at sleeping. She would do 5-6 hours as a newborn through the night, no problem. Then as she's got older, there's been stages, and they usually come with the leaps, the development leaps. So if you don't know what they are, look up Wonder Weeks. She'll go through stages where she won't want to settle at night, she won't go to sleep in the first place, she needs cuddling to sleep, she needs rubbing her back or her head to sleep, she wakes for milk, so I give her a bottle, I have to cuddle her in the sleep, she can be argumentative, she can cry, and then it'll pass in just a couple of weeks, and then she'll go back to sleeping 12 hours a night. The moment she's doing really well, she'll wake up like 2 nights in a week maybe, and she'll just shout for me. I'll go in, I'll say it's alright, Mama's in bed, tuck her back in, and she'll go back to sleep, no problem. But getting it there hasn't been easy. I wouldn't say I've put loads of work in. I've generally followed what I think she needs. They call it gentle parenting techniques or attachment parenting. I'm really not one that can walk away and leave the baby crying for very long. Don't get me wrong, I have done, and there have been weeks where I've had to for my own sanity, and so I don't shout at her before she goes to sleep, because that's really not going to help. But I'm not saying that I've not lost my temper either, because you know, we're all human, and when someone's been shouting at you for an hour and stripping their bed of their sheets and taking off their pyjamas and chucking them at you across the room, you do start to get a bit angry, and so I've had to walk away and leave her doing her thing for 10 minutes. So control crying is where you control the amount of time that you leave your baby to cry, so it's not crying out, so you're not allowing them to cry themselves to sleep for, you know, hours and hours. You're leaving it 2 minutes, then going back in and seeing that they're okay, and then settling them, leaving them for 4 minutes, going back in, and you expand that time. And I've read loads of stories and watched loads of YouTube videos of where this has lasted a week, and they'll cry up to 10 minutes maximum, and then they just get it, and it's almost as if they just learn to like self-soothe, I guess, and go to sleep themselves. Part of me wonders if they just learn that no one's going to come, which is a bit of a contentious one, I know. It's just in my head, it's not really, you know, judging anybody else. And I think that they always cry for a reason. So now she cries for, or shouts me for attention. She's just being a rascal and doesn't want to go to bed, even when I know she needs to. And it doesn't take much. I just say to her, I tell her what we're going to do in the morning. I say, close your eyes, go to sleep, Mum will be back in a minute. And usually 9 times out of 10 I don't hear a peep off her. I go back in half an hour later and she's absolutely flat out. Sometimes I'll hear her chattering for a little while, and I do have to go back in and say, Daisy, look, bedtime now, we've got play group tomorrow, or you're going to your nan and granddad's, and she'll just say no night and go to sleep. I did try controlled crying for probably a week or so when she was about 1, when she was going through a bit of a rough stage, and I'd find it would work one night and then the next it wouldn't. It could be me that I wasn't consistent with the approach. but I just think it wasn't for me really. I follow her lead. If I feel that she needs comfort, then that's fine for me. If she's not settling at all, or she wasn't settling at all, put my hands up, I would get her out of bed and I would take her for 10 more minutes cuddle down with her mum and dad, me and her dad, and try again. And usually that would work. It just all she wanted was a bit of a cuddle, and you know, she's not going to want that forever, so it doesn't bother me. We're not one to stick to routine strictly. I like her to be in bed by 7, 7:30 if I can, just because she needs 12 hours sleep at the moment and she has nursery and things to go to. But so what I'm saying really is it wasn't for me and it won't be for everybody. All you can do is follow their lead really, and follow what you think is best for your child. But yeah, there you go. So that's just my output on it really. So we would be interested to know how you tackled sleeping with your little one. It would be interesting to know how this bump is when he arrives with sleeping. I could be doing another video in 6 months' time saying, yeah, control crying, I have to do it because otherwise we'll get no sleep, blah blah blah. Who knows? Things change, our opinions change. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.